Welcome to this explainer. Today I really want to invite you to just slow down. Take a deep breath, and let's turn our gaze inward. We're going to embark on this deeply intimate yet completely universal journey through our own emotional landscapes. It's so easy, right? We literally sprint through life totally disconnected from our own vitality. But what if we actually treated our inner world with the exact same tender devotion that we offer to nature itself?
So take a moment right now, honestly, just to ask yourself this: what is actually growing in your mind today? Close your eyes if you want to. If your mind was a physical landscape, what would it look like right now? Are we talking wildflowers blooming under a nice gentle breeze? Or do you feel the heavy, kind of suffocating presence of thorns? The weeds that just accumulate from the stress and anxiety of a long week. It's a pretty powerful image, isn't it? This whole organic metaphor is at the very heart of some beautifully timeless wisdom on how we can truly learn to be well.
All right, section 1, the inner garden.
Our mind isn't some broken machine that needs fixing. It's a living, breathing garden. Cultivating it is a very real, tactile, three-step process of clearing things out. First off, we've got to uproot old beliefs. I'm talking about those deep-seated fears that got planted in the soil of our past. Second, and this is a step modern life totally makes us forget, we have to actually let the earth rest. And finally, only after that resting period can we intentionally sow new seeds of peace.
Honestly, the absolute crucial element here is rest. You can't just pull on a flower to make it grow faster, right? The soil literally requires fallow time. Think about it. When we rip out the weeds of old traumas or heavy thoughts, it leaves a void behind. And our knee-jerk instinct is to fill it immediately because, let's face it, we are terrified of the silence. But true healing, it doesn't happen overnight. It demands the grace of waiting. We have to allow our inner earth to recover its nutrients before any sort of new bloom can even emerge.
Section 2, Beyond Forced Positivity. We're really just barely emerging from this incredibly exhausting era of toxic positivity and mental control. You know the vibe, that heavy, guilt-inducing idea that if a storm hits your life, it's somehow your fault for failing to quote-unquote control your thoughts. But true therapeutic healing, it relies on psychological flexibility and gentle observation. The storms, the frost, the harsh winters, they're all part of the human experience. We absolutely must stop controlling just to avoid pain and instead start embracing things so we can actually understand them.
Okay, if you want to prove just how much of an illusion mental control really is, try this right now. Stop thinking about a pink elephant. Seriously, try it. It's impossible. The harder you fight to banish a thought, the deeper its roots grow into your soil. The real magic happens not when you wrestle with the elephant, but when you just step back and reclaim your seat as the observer. You just sit there, anchored and peaceful, watching that pink elephant stroll right on by, totally untouched by it.
Moving on to Section 3, the anatomy of acceptance. So if we aren't supposed to control our thoughts, how on earth do we navigate the storms when they come? Well, the answer is acceptance. And I know, acceptance gets mistaken for resignation all the time, but it is truly one of the most courageous inner movements we can make. Resistance is basically fighting reality. It's pouring all your precious, vital energy into what you don't want, which just leaves you totally exhausted. Acceptance, on the other hand, simply welcomes reality. It beautifully redirects our energy to ask, okay, this is here right now. What am I going to choose to grow from it?
And this is what it actually means to be well. It's not some perfectly manicured state of perpetual sunshine. Being well means fiercely loving the perfectly imperfect person that you are today. It's about embracing this wild roller coaster of life, offering yourself serious grace during the dizzying descents just as much as you do during the glorious climbs. You do not have to wait for your inner house to be completely built before you can look at it with profound love. You can be completely proud of exactly who you are right in this moment.
Section 4, Navigating Inner Wars.
Inside the quiet, kind of hidden shadows of our garden, there are these silent battles constantly being waged between our old memories and our deep desires for change. We've all been there. But here's the thing, we don't need to draw weapons to fight our own shadows. By simply shining the warm, gentle light of our conscious awareness right onto these internal conflicts, they literally start to dissolve naturally. When we offer our hidden wounds a safe sanctuary to just be seen, we bring this profound, lasting truce to the battlefield inside our own chest.
And finally, Section 5, Peace, one heart at a time.
The tenderness that we practice in the solitude of our own inner garden doesn't just stay there. It overflows far beyond our own being. The idea is to participate in world peace, one heart at a time. It's a staggering mission, really.
We so often want to march, to rebel against all the external injustices in the world, and rightly so. But the true, deep-rooted revolution? It actually begins when we finally quiet the wars raging inside ourselves.
Honestly, this journey inward is the absolute furthest thing from selfish. It creates this profound, massive ripple effect. By observing our own inner storms without any judgment, by cultivating radical self-acceptance, and by ending those silent mental wars, we actually disarm violence right at its root. We essentially become lighthouses, radiating this newfound peace outward to the rest of humanity, inspiring everyone around us to stand proudly in their own beautiful vulnerability.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final thought to chew on. How will you tend to your inner garden today? Are you going to gently uproot a little weed of self-judgment? Or will you maybe just allow a patch of your soil to rest in total silence? Remember, every single quiet act of self-compassion is a literal seed of peace planted for the entire world. Take really good care of that magnificent landscape within you.